Hey everybody, my name is Ari. I'm the professor in this digital publishing course, and I wanted to just quickly go over a couple of things at the beginning. Some of my students from last term felt it would be better had they known up front the kinds of things that we're talking about when we're talking about e-magazines. So I put together a couple of examples from this past term and the term prior to that. And I just want to show you what your final outcome, what we're trying to approach. All right, these are exemplary works, but I just wanted, again, to give you an idea what we're looking for in this course. All right, let's begin. Okay, this is an e-magazine created by one of my students from the term that just ended on Sunday. What we're looking at here is the Publish Online version. Publish Online is a tool from Adobe, and what it is, it's a way to publish your magazine or something that you create in Adobe InDesign online. There is a link directly from Adobe InDesign to Publish Online. This is not an EPUB. This is basically a website version of what we're looking at. So I want to show you, this is the front cover of her magazine. So she was recreating Car and Driver magazine as a digital magazine. What she has on the front cover is there are links to other things in the articles. For example, this 2023 Iconic 6. If you click on that, you can get to that actual story that's about that. Coming back to the cover, notice there's some animations. We have the subtitle there. When you hover over it, it gets larger. And notice that the background picture, she has a looping video of a storm in the background, and it's kind of pretty cool to look at. So she's got the photograph of the car on the road, and she put that looping video into the sky and really did a really nice job with that. So again, we have links, we have hover over effects here, and we have the video in the background. That's a really nicely done cover. One of the requirements on the cover is a link to the table of contents page. If I click on that, there's my table of contents link. So she does have a table of contents link there. So this is her table of contents page. This is a masthead. Some people call this up here the masthead, but technically in the publishing world, the masthead is one of these sidebars that tells you all the information about who put together the magazine. Actually, your assignment says to put it on the cover, and when they say on the cover, it generally means this up here. So she did a nice job having both. In the table of contents page, notice how she differentiated to create a hierarchy. She made this red and bigger so it stands out, this article, which is her main feature article. And some of these other articles have other interactions. This one lowers down. It's got the blue background with the white letters. So this has a certain sense of hierarchy, a certain sense of more importance than these other articles here. So she did a really nice job with that. Notice she put a video playing in the background that's on auto loop. We don't necessarily need you to have a video on your table of contents page, but we're looking on that page for some organization, some interactions, and hyperlinks that work. So this is bringing us to our feature article. The feature article needs to have 2 pages in length. It needs to have some pull-out text. So this is a pull-out right here. It's nicely arranged in columns. Notice her columns are nice and neat. And there's all kinds of things. She has a link back to the table of contents. If you want to go back there to see what else is there, instead of just flipping forward in the magazine, you can do that. These down here on the bottom open up when you click this thumbnail toggle. So we can turn those thumbnails on. That just helps navigation a little bit. She didn't create this. This is part of Publish Online. This is also linked here. It says Hyundai Iconic 6 shows that when it comes to EVs, the Koreans are in the passing lane. And when you click on that, it actually goes out of the magazine to another website. So nicely done on this page. The second page of the feature article. Here she has EV. And what she did was she turned that into a picture frame. And from inside the picture frame, she embedded the video of the car driving through a tunnel, and that's also on loop. She's got some more pull-out text here, nicely in that little island in the middle. And again, nice, neat column designs. So she's done a really good job on that. This is her interactive ad, so that's another requirement. If you click on here, this should autoplay, but for some reason, occasionally it doesn't. If you click on there, now we have the video running. Notice that this, when we started the page, animated in. I'll show that again. And there it goes. 2023 Model 3. These pictures are nice. What she does is she added a click effect so that when you click on it, it makes a little sound, opens it up, and shows some of the features of the car. When we click the X, we can go look at the next picture. And that little click audio is really nicely done in there. So that's really the main requirements of the magazine, is to have the cover, table of contents, feature article, and interactive advertisement. But she went a little beyond that. Her table of contents, to make it look full, refers to some other things. So what she did was here, she just gave those a place to link to, the ones that are not created for the scope of this project. So after that, we're required to make this magazine in horizontal and vertical orientation. So these are vertically oriented magazine pages. They would fit inside of a tablet. In InDesign, there's a way to use something called liquid layouts and also alternative layouts to take your original layouts and to change them for other types of devices and so on and so forth. So I want to show you those because they come up next. So this is the horizontal version. If somebody were holding the iPad in the horizontal position, they could view it with these. And notice it has the same features. Again, we have the table of contents with all the interactions that are on there. So each of these designs was pulled over and adjusted to fit into a horizontal view. And I think she did a really nice job on this magazine. The other format that you're going to have to publish in is called EPUB, and that kind of EPUB file is called a fixed layout EPUB. So let's take a look at what the ebook file is going to look like. Alright, so I have one open here. This was from the term before last. I'm going to open that up larger so you can see it better. When this was coming out, this movie was head of thought, and Vogue did a magazine issue dedicated to it. So she turned their magazine idea into her own digital ebook. These are all linked articles, and she does a really nice job with these. I'm going to show you when you come down to the bottom. You do have that thumbnail thread, and again, this is something that's put in the process of making it an ebook as a way to see what all the pages have on them. This is kind of small and hard to see, but I'm just going to click to the next page. She put in some nice pictures here.
Anyone have eyes on Margot?
Yeah. So this is the feature article page. What she's done here is she has the embedded video, and she also included a scrolling text box. When you have a scrolling text box, you haven't fit all the text into the frame, so you make it so that the text can be seen by scrolling. So she made a scrolling text box there. Over on this page, this is really interesting. We have these different pictures, and when you click on it, it changes the information and the picture down here. So if we click on this one, we now have an explanation of what she's wearing here. And finally, this one takes us to another image entirely. And these are nice interactions. They're good for the reader to look at. We couldn't see that whole thing, but now when we move it over, we can see that because it has the scroll. Let's go to the next page. This is our interactive ad. So this is like Let's Go Shopping, Dress Like Barbie. And these different outfits that are part of the show, she has them linked off. So right here it's telling us, do we want to leave ebooks to go to that link? Remember, before we were online anyway, so it just opened up a new tab. So if I clicked on open, it would actually take me to that link. I don't want to get out of this ebook yet, but you can see these are all functioning ebooks. Also notice that when you click on it, aside from going to the link, it gives us more information in the ebook about each of these outfits. So you click on here, and then you can click Shop Now to go online and perhaps purchase that. So this is the interactive ad. She did another article about Ken, and when you click the dots here, it changes the pictures. So we have that, and the article has some pull-out text. Really nicely designed and done. Looks attractive. Notice hers is in 2-page spreads. That has to do with the setting that she designed hers in. And notice these are all vertical pages. Even though it looks horizontal, it's 2-page spreads. And again, she added another article, so that was a little bit above and beyond. In this format, the horizontal and vertical, since this is a fixed layout, they can't change layouts, even if we change it in InDesign before we transfer it over. So the horizontal layout would not look nice in here because it would be cutting off part of it. There'd be white on the bottom. Let me see if I could show you an example of that. Let's go back to the Car and Driver magazine. Notice that she posted this here as 2-page spreads, where in the other format they were single pages. And that's something you could do with Publish Online. You can choose if you wanted to post in a spread or as single pages. So we're still in the vertical pages. They're 2-page spreads. But now look, when we go to the horizontal pages, what happens? They don't fit on the page. They're not oriented properly. and we're not able to see the entirety of the page. So you'll be required to turn in both files. In fact, you'll be turning in 3 files. The InDesign file itself links to the Publish Online in your EPUB file. This is Apple Books that I'm showing you this in right now, but if you're on a PC, you won't have access to Apple Books. I think the best e-reader for Windows is called Thorium, and I'll post some more information about that. So this is just a preview of what you should be expecting to be creating something like those things. We have very many different styles. The style is not important. It's the concepts and the principles that are important. But a lot of people have the misconception that digital publications are websites, where that is a type of digital publication when we're talking about magazines. Typically, we're not looking at the website version of the magazine, which sometimes has some of the articles in it, sometimes they have all the articles in it. But what we're really looking at is a self-contained EPUB that can be opened in a viewer like Apple Books or Thorium, and also we're doing the Publish Online, which is similar to a website, but it has the look more of a magazine. So those are the formats that we're looking to turn in. You're going to find that there are some glitches in the fixed layout EPUBs, and it's going to be quite a struggle to get through some of those. Reach out to me. I have a large number of videos that I've created to try and help people get through some of the problem areas. So if you're having difficulty, reach out to me and I'll direct you to which video, or I can just help you get through it. All right? Have a wonderful day, and I hope we're off to a really good start. Take care. Bye-bye.